Got a problem. On the way to the airport, car breaks down. Bad. Waiting for a mechanic and hopefully a ride to the airport. Adventure continues, man. Never stops. One of the first things I discovered about French Guyana, there are no taxis. I speak French, luckily, and I was told by a local delivery guy that I had to hold up my hand to signal the car to stop, because people offer rides for a fee. I guess it's pre-Uber. And this is how I met Juan Carlos. He became my chauffeur and personal guide, and later, a friend who invited me to his house. Here we are with Juan Carlos, who invited us over.
Madame Suzy.
Juan Carlos from Argentina. And Madame Suzy.
Suzy, un plaisir. Suzy, brasileiro.
¿No habla inglés?
I got the Heineken.
Heineken's, yeah. Well, ¿cómo se llama?
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
En español.
Yo también.
Sí. Oh, very mal aquí.
He also suggested this hotel, which was cheap yet clean. 50 euros. These are the kind of storms we were having on this crossing last 4 or 5 days of the journey. About a third of it just was like constant rainstorms, but it was cool. Although one of them kicked our ass and laid the boat down and broke the spinnaker pole, but almost tore off the spinnaker, but I was able to free it and steady the boat, and everything calmed down. Crazy, man, so different from Cape Verde. I had booked a flight to get out a few days after my estimated arrival. Turns out, I was there during a national holiday and Sunday. Everything was closed except Chinese places. No steak frite for me, only Chinese food. And I finally got rid of a burning burden. Just got a nice shave from this dude from Dominican Republic. This place is wild, man. There's tons of Hispanic people, tons of people from the Amazon. And this is who shaved me. Look at us. Nice. ¿Tu nombre? ¿Cómo te llamas? Michael. Thanks, Michael. He's cool, man.
Okay.
Great haircut. From the Dominican
Suscríbanse al
Republic.
canal.
Yeah.
Suscríbanse al canal. Y denle a la campanita, denle a me gusta. Y suscríbanse.
Well, that was great, man. Got shaved by a really cool guy, Michael. Too funny. Gotta love traveling. Gotta love the adventure, finding new stuff. And here I am in Cayenne. Everything seems closed here. It's weird. But I went to the next best thing. I got a baguette and some butter, some pate here at the Chinese store. And I'm gonna kick back in my room and relax because today was a busy day. Anyways, it was a busy day. And I'm beard free, happy. I only had 2 days left and wandered around town. I had to get to a Western Union office so I could pay for my hotel and my chauffeur, Juan Carlos. I wish I had stayed longer to really discover the city and country. It's not like Africa, not as friendly. But you can't judge a place in a short stay. And at least, I got one thing I was craving. Right here, Palais des Délices. Croissant and café au lait. So good. Yum. Oh, c'est bon. C'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Quelle la joie. Tomorrow I would fly back home. Got a problem. On the way to the airport, car breaks down. Bad. Waiting for a mechanic and hopefully a ride to the airport. Adventure continues, man. Never stops. Juan Carlos got his mechanic to give me a ride. I needed to get to the airport early, as I had not officially checked into the country when I came in. I couldn't find the immigration office. But being a Swiss passport holder and part of Schengen, French Guyana is France, and I don't even need a passport to enter. An ID card is enough. Well, when the police checked my papers and asked why I was here, I told the officer I delivered a boat and tried to find the immigration office, but couldn't. The officer waved me by, and here I am on the plane back to Europe. I love maps, man, and I love playing with this one. Geez, man, it took me 2 weeks to go from here to here. And now, it'll take 8 hours to go all the way to Paris, then Lisbon, and finally Mindelo. This crossing happened in early June. A lot happened during that time, so let's fast forward to when we last left off, sometime in September. Back on Galopin with some news. Well, today it just stopped raining. Looks like there was another tropical depression that came over the archipelago. Gave us some rain. Hopefully gave me a little water to fill up my tank. And it's going off over the Atlantic. Maybe it'll land over there on the other side. Hurricanes are born here. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna stay here for a little while. I have a few things to accomplish. Galopin needs a little help. As you saw, my boom vang broke. It's gonna take a little time, I suppose. Found a good welder to do it. Now I just have to take the whole boom off and everything. The other thing is this. What is it, you think? A new Ray Marine pilot head. So I can give Peter his back. Been waiting for a long time for this. Finally got it from JG Technologies in England. As well, spare parts, spare belt, all the spare gears. The whole works, man. Everything's here. Everything. So I'm gonna put together my autopilot. It'll be like new. That's gonna take some time. And here's a biggie. I've been dealing with a inguinal hernia, or a intestinal hernia here, just there above my crotch. I had one fixed in America about 20 years ago, laparoscopy. It was great and it's held up. And then I had the other one fixed in Switzerland about 15 years ago. And it wasn't laparoscopy. It was by the head surgeon there at the University Hospital. And he sort of butchered me, or, gave me a big scar. And then, as a few years ago, and before I even left, it started coming back out again. The netting they put in there, it's a Teflon netting they put in there to hold in your intestines within the cavity there, because the muscle walls are broken or whatever. And it's started, flexing and breaking. And I went to see the surgeon before I left on my big winded voyage adventure, and he said, well, does it hurt? And I'm like, no, not really. Does it bother you? And I'm like, yeah, not bad. And he's like, well, then if you can live with it, live with it. But now it's getting kind of weird, and the bulge is coming out more, and I don't know. So I went to talk to a surgeon here, and there's a good private clinic named Ergimed. And I went to talk to the surgeon, and he was terrific. He was well-spoken, although it was Creole, and I understood him, and he made himself very clear, saw my condition, and they can do it here. And it's a common surgery, and it's going to cost me less than it would if I had to fly back to Switzerland, the whole works. And I don't want to go back to Europe to do this and redo the whole insurance thing. I have a little bit of money left over from my Atlantic crossing. I put that away for this purpose, and I want to deal with this before I continue my winded voyage to Africa. Matter of fact, I just renewed my visa for another 3 months. Side note, I was late 2 months. The ladies there at the police weren't so happy with me at first, and then when I came back to pay, normally it's only $20, they said, listen, that was 2 months. You have to pay a fine. I had to pay an extra 70 euros more or less fine. And the ladies were really sweet there. They were like, we don't like doing this and stuff. I'm like, well, it's my fault. I neglected it and forgot and confused it. And I thought I had more time, because when I went to French Guyana and came back on my Atlantic crossing, I thought I had it. Anyways, no excuse. I messed up. I had to pay the $70. So I'm going to be here maximum 3 months, and then hopefully get all fixed up. Me and Galopin are gonna get all stitched up, fixed up, and then we can take off and go to Africa, because I really, really, really want to go there. This continent just is absolutely wonderful. The people are wonderful here, and I'm just fascinated by it. And there's just too much to discover. And maybe Wendy will come with me. We'll see. Maybe not. But I'm gonna go. But until then, I'll try to keep the episodes going, keep entertaining you guys with the adventures here in Cabo Verde. Let's see if I survive the surgery. We'll get all Galopin all fixed up with his new autopilot and whatever things we got to do. And yeah, and that's the update from here in Cabo Verde. Great day. Tropical depression is passing, and it's gonna be sunny soon. Obrigada, Cabo Verde. Thanks for coming aboard Galopin Winded Voyage. This is our studios. You know, it's the good people on Patreon who are making this happen and keeping us afloat. Hope you'll join our community there. We've got a lot of cool extra perks this year, like live updates, news, photos, videos, and I've even taken a stab at writing some short stories which are not for general audiences on YouTube. Plus, our friend and patron Graham started a WhatsApp chat that he aptly called Galopin's Cockpit. Guys from all over have joined, and we can talk and chat uncensored, say whatever we want, and discuss anything. And it's this community that's contributing to the continuation of this Living Adventure series. Or you can watch for free on YouTube. Just make sure to give us a like or dislike or leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. So thanks for coming along on Winded Voyage, man.